Is Napoleon home?
And people that are 40 or younger don't know anything about that. Well, it's time for Linda and I to pull over and get out a map. It's huge. It is a warehouse. Let's go inside. And that's it. Even if they're really dirty, they come real clean that way. I got it, I got it, I got it. Welcome to another edition of Gonagain. Boy, we cover some ground in this one, from beautiful little Pioche, Nevada, where we show you some excerpts from when we were down there, then north to Preston, Idaho, where they filmed the movie Napoleon Dynamite, and we get to talk to you about some of our favorite movies, a couple of them, on up to Idaho Falls, with the biggest Army surplus store I have ever been in, and we take you around and show you that, plus places to camp, tips for getting along on the road as usual. Hope you guys enjoy this episode and stick around to the end. Well, this has been a beautiful place to camp. It's up Spring Valley. It's just due east of Pioche, Nevada. This is a BLM campsite. All of the campsites are taken every weekend. We were fortunate to get this one. Of course, there's no amenities except for a picnic table and a fire pit, toilet, but there's no electrical or water or anything. There's a state park nearby where you can get water and dump trash. It's been hot. We've had a heat wave, and it's been pretty darn warm. We spent the afternoons just sitting in the shade, old style, just sipping iced tea. And that's about all you can do when it gets so hot. And then the evenings cool off, and you get your energy back again, and you start doing stuff. So that's the way it's been. So this is the main street of Pioche, and every once in a while a car goes by.
Yeah.
It's very nice, just a quiet little town. Well, that's called the $1 million county courthouse because it cost $1 million to build. I don't know if that's today's money or money then. It was expensive to build anything out here back in those days. This is the Pioche $1 million courthouse. Look at this law library. From the days of shuffling paper. Well, seeing that law library in there reminded me of one early morning riding a ferry into Seattle. And coming across the sound, I was standing in the front of the ferry with a friend of mine, and he pointed out the skyline, and he says, "Do you realize that's just offices doing nothing but shuffling paper?" This was back in the mid-'80s, and there were no computers or anything. It was, all records were kept on paper, and people that are 40 or younger don't know anything about that, don't realize that everything was done on paper, nothing was digital. Not only that, there were no cell phones or anything, of course, and all correspondence was by snail mail. Well, my solar panels aren't too bad dirt-wise. You should have seen them a few days ago. Oh man, they were bad. But I've got an opportunity to clean them here right now, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. So how much water does it take to clean two 300-watt solar panels? About 1 cup each. This is about, I think, 16 ounces, but that's all it takes. And that's it. Even if they're really dirty, they come real clean that way. If you don't have one, I just dripped water all over. If you don't have one of these sponge squeegees, you should get one. These are really handy for doing this. Just got one more to do. Well, we're just stopped at a pullout alongside the road, Highway 16, going through western Wyoming. It's a noisy pullout, a lot of traffic going by. But the place we were stopped last night, We had a beautiful campsite, and everything was perfect except for the mosquitoes. Clouds of mosquitoes, nasty biting mosquitoes. So anyways, we didn't do anything. All we did was get up and leave, and now we're making coffee here and doing our regular morning routine. I spent a lot of time, like an hour, just hunting and swatting mosquitoes before we went to sleep. And I got them all though, because we didn't get any bites last night. Some cowboy coffee will save the day. But we're going someplace fun this morning as soon as we get ourselves put back together. This is a beautiful part of the country where Wyoming and Utah and Idaho all come together. Just beautiful country. This is Utah 30. And we're heading west. So that place that Linda and I stayed last night that was so full of mosquitoes, that was Woodruff Reservoir in Wyoming, just on the western edge of southwestern Wyoming. Look at that runaway truck ramp. It goes straight up that hill. Wow. I hope I got that on video. That truck ramp had been used. Wow, and it was like steep incline. Never seen one like that. Going down. Beautiful valley down below.
Lake.
Yeah, where are we?
Bear Lake Recreation Area.
Oh, okay. That's a big lake.
Wow, yeah, it's huge.
Boy, I just love these little towns. This lake is huge. We're driving up the west side of Bear Lake, and it's got beautiful beaches too, which is really unusual for a freshwater lake. Lots of pullouts, places to camp. Well, we did see places to camp on the southern end of the lake. Hey, we all have our favorite movies, right? Movies that we like to watch again and again. Not me. I watch a movie one time, that's it. I move on because there's so many other movies to watch, except for two movies. Two movies that I can watch over and over again. The first one is Crybaby with Johnny Depp.
Crybaby doesn't like his women cheap. He likes them bad.
Whoa, Linda.
And who doesn't like Napoleon Dynamite?
That's right.
Is Napoleon home?
I got it, I got it, I got it. Darn it. Rico, what are you trying to do? Hit the mountain over there? Geez, the guy can throw, but he just doesn't aim too good.
Yeah, Rico. Napoleon says to stop eating all the steaks.
But today we're in Preston, Idaho, and that's where the home of Napoleon Dynamite was in the movie. And we're going to go out to that house and take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's still there.
And maybe we'll have some tots later.
Yeah. Can I have your tots?
No.
So this is the road that Napoleon Dynamite lived on, where Tina and Pedro would come visit, where Rico would throw the football. This house up here is it on the right-hand side. This is where he lived with his brother Kip, and don't forget LaFonda. We're just going to cruise by slowly because people actually live here. But what a fantastic movie. Linda and I encourage you to see both of those movies, Crybaby and Napoleon Dynamite, if you haven't seen them already. Because a lot of little sayings that people use today came from, well, for sure from Napoleon Dynamite. Remember the movie Fargo? That was another one that led to a lot of colloquialisms in people's speech. But did you get some pictures back there?
I got video.
Good. Well, you do good video. Linda's got skills. Well, Linda and I have really enjoyed our drive through southeastern Idaho this morning with its beautiful mountains and rivers. And like we mentioned, this is the town of Preston, Idaho. It's a very vibrant little town. A lot of people are moving to Idaho these days. And the Boise area and the Nampa area, they're big cities, and it tends to be kind of hot down that section of Idaho. Down here in southeastern Idaho, it might be a lot more temperate, and the area is just beautiful. And here we are just coming into the main part of town. We'll take a drive through, and then Linda and I need to stop because we don't know where we're going. We have no idea. We got to pick a direction from here. So one of the reasons the town is still so alive, I think, is because the highway runs right through the center of town. That's why all this traffic is here. But that keeps the town busy. Well, it's time for Linda and I to pull over and get out a map. So you remember Army surplus stores? Did the Army surplus store near you close down? Most of them have closed down all over the country. And the one in our town did, and the ones in Montana that I know of, they're all gone. But there's one in Idaho Falls, Idaho, that beats them all. This one. It's huge. It is a warehouse. Let's go inside. Linda's already disappeared around the corner here. It has everything.
Food room? Yeah. You're on the bottom of the right?
I know. Here.
This is all camping survival gear. There's surplus things here, surplus clothing, surplus equipment, massive amounts of MREs. These are scepter tanks. These are like what I've got on the side of my trailer.
Oh, same brand.
Same brand, yeah. I think they're made in Canada.
They have a Stanley Camp mug.
Well, nice, Linda.
How many ounces is it?
Looks like a nice one. Everybody has to have a Stanley mug.
This is 12 ounces.
Here's a small bulldozer. It's real. Something the Seabees would have been using. backpacks galore. It goes way, way back. Well, what's more relaxing than shopping in an Army surplus store? Hey, I had to dub in music here to cover up the copyrighted music coming over the store speakers. I hope you enjoy it. Most of it is by an artist by the name of Chris Hogan. I'm not going to be able to take you through the whole store, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Over here is surplus clothing, new and used. This looks mil spec. Oh, look, a Montana coat. I could use that.
Shouldn't even do that.
I don't think you need to disassemble the whole thing. I think just like that. So far.
Military wool pants. Boy, these are great for hunting. There's gray if you prefer it. Well, let me show you what's further in the back.
Excuse me.
These are wool jackets. Ooh, I might have to stop and look at those. These are nice. $25. Wow. These are like new condition. Wool sweaters. More clothing, BDU pants, BDU jackets. tactical gear. Yeah, she's real. Too bad she's filled full of junk, but man, this is heavy steel. It's a half track.
Take that somewhere.
I know, he
Yes, he does.
There's some beautiful wool blankets. These are new. And only 60 bucks a piece. Woo! Those are nice. These are all wool blankets in here, still wrapped. And they come from different countries too, different militaries. Well, I'm just going to walk you to the back. Look at this. Honey. Every piece of camping gear you can possibly imagine is in this store. Camping gear and Army surplus, it doesn't get any better than that. It's so good, even Linda likes this store. She's the one that told me to stop here. We've been here many times. I've spent a bit of money in here. As we get towards the back, it's more different kinds of equipment. Like this is all ammo cans and boxes. Rope, wiring, spare parts. You'll find that back here too. Spare parts to what? I don't know, but they've got it. Back here I know there's snowshoes and all kinds of stuff. Are you out of 20mm shell casings? Because they're only 99 cents each. These are steel. Various kinds of clothing. I'm mainly showing you what's to my right. I didn't even show you what's to my left. Leather by the pound. Massive manila rope, $3 a foot. Beautiful stuff. Boy, you don't see that anymore. Servo motors, canteen cook sets, kinds of stuff. Did you break your, what this is? Because there's another one. These are rolls of sound deadening material for engine compartments. This would be great on a boat. Boat engine room, bulkheads, deaden the sound from the engines. All kinds of backpacks, gear like that. Bins full of everything. You know, it costs the taxpayer a lot of money for this stuff, and you can buy it for pennies on the dollar. Wow, that's quite the little Jeep, a four-wheel drive. What's the brand on this thing? It had Montana plates on it. Auto Union, 1957. Union Munga Jeep. They're very rare, only a few in the United States. Wow, cool. Well, no telling what Linda's picking up. Ooh, a good inner tube for going down the river. Camouflage netting. Wheels, shovels, turnbuckles. All kinds of tire chains, cargo chains. Old survival raft.
These are actual military issue ones. And there's some other military issue ones there. And then there's 14 plastic. Metal.
World War II steel pots.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Nice faucet.
Wow. That one's been through a battle or two.
Yeah.
Sleeping pads, $10. There's like $40 in the store. Regular store. Yeah, this is some heavy duty. Wow. I wonder if this is Dyneema. Look at that. $12.99. Tent patch glue. How many cans you need? Canvas money sacks. Too bad they're empty. tent pegs, big ones. Trioxane fuel for the little folding stoves. You can't even buy this, I think, in Europe anymore. Here you can buy it by the big box if you want it, but it's $4.49 each. It's for cooking your meals. Those little metal fold-open stoves. And this stuff, $2.39 per bottle. That's a really good price on butane fuel. That's the kind of stove that it goes in. Big tent. Great big wall tent. Well, I'm gonna go find Linda. Where's all your stuff?
It's all here.
You ready to hit the highway again?
Somebody made my idea.
Oh yeah, it probably lifts up to the,
Yeah, it does.
yeah. Nice.
That idea years ago.
A swing out table. Ooh, that chair looks comfortable. Oh, down in Utah we ran into Wile E. Coyote and he was looking for one of these, and that was huge. Wow. It's $400. Definitely take a couple people pick that up. Down here are some slightly smaller ones. To give you an idea, these are the smaller ones. You can see how big it is. The bigger one here. So show me what you bought.
Go to the Army surplus store. This is what I end up with.
But it's a beautiful camp mug. Stanley, bronze color, beautiful. Wait a minute, you could have bought 12-inch long by 1.5-inch thick stainless steel clevis pins, and you bought that?
I'm sorry, I passed those up. I even passed up a 10mm something.
Really?
Yes.
Everybody needs those because that's the first one that gets lost is the 10mm size.
I know, and I passed it up.
Oh boy. There's also a huge back lot that's about an acre in size. It's full of equipment, all kinds of equipment. I've never been out there myself, but you can see it when you're driving down the highway. So in the back of the building is a big open lot just full of stuff. Pretty cool. Well, this is the Stoddard Creek area. It's on the south side of Monida Pass off of Highway 15 in Idaho. And we just pulled in here. Stoddard Creek Campground, which is the National Forest Campground, was full. This is just dispersed camping along here, although it's quite nice. There's a lot of sites in here. And we just pulled in. It's along the creek. This is a big area. Just a single campsite here, though. And dispersed camping is not formal campsites. It's basically where you can manage to pull over and camp. Down here is a creek down below us, so there are some mosquitoes in the area, but not too bad. Boy, not like last night. Holy moly. Little creek area down here. Very pretty. We're only about a mile off the highway, so it's not that far back in here. So Linda and I have been on the road for over a month. This trip is coming to an end here. So in the month we've been gone, we've only spent a couple of nights in paid campgrounds, maybe 4, something like that. And most of them have been like national forests, where it's only like $6 a night. Although we did spend a couple of nights in state campgrounds in New Mexico and Nevada. Anyhow, this is pretty nice here tonight. This is just a free campsite, and this is normal for us. Well, we had a really pleasant night last night. It rained a bit off and on. No one ran generators last evening, nothing. It was quiet. Very pleasant here.